Hey, what's up? It's Rashad. DC, you and me. I saw Superman with the Amazon Prime Plus Fandango promotion they had going on. Just want to give you some of my initial impressions about it. This is not going to be a super spoiler thing. No plot points, Easter eggs, none of that stuff. We'll get into that on Monday after me and Tony have seen it. I might try to see it again because a lot of stuff is going on in this movie. Is the movie good? I think that's the basis of any conversation when it comes to watching the movie. And one, yes, it is a good movie. Two, the most asked question I've seen surrounding this movie is how will James Gunn take what he does and apply it to probably the most iconic, recognizable character worldwide. I think that he melded Superman's ethos with his sensibilities rather well, because usually James Gunn is going to have a lot of humor infused into it. It's going to be a bit irreverent, but all those things are still in there, but it's not, let's say, as over the top. I really appreciate how Superman is very much Superman, and then Clark Kent is very much Clark Kent. I think this is probably one of the first times that, aside from the OG Superman movie, that we have two very differentiating characters here. Even just the look and the feel of Clark is much different from the look and feel of Superman. Even when we have, that's not a spoiler, during the interview scene that they have on all of the trailers, you can see when he sits down, he actually turns into Superman. Because prior to, he was talking just kind of being relaxed, kind of like Clark. But then when he sits down and we see Lois starts grilling him about what he's done, the ramifications and all that, he gets pretty upset. The basis of the movie is that scene. When Gunn said that scene was important, and it's a pretty lengthy scene just to have dialogue, it's very important because it sets up the basis of the entire movie. Secondly, this film is it looks really good. It looks really good in IMAX. All the visuals, it's just in line with what we've seen from Gunn doing comic book movie stuff. All that stuff was really great. Some of the plot device things they use as part of the movie were very interesting. I think that they really nailed Lex. That character for me was odd and weird. Even though it was cool in its own way during the Snyder era of Superman, but this version of Lex is a foil in a way that Superman has to deal with him in a different way. And I do appreciate that. Also, the standout character for me in this movie, by far, aside from Superman, of course, shout out David Cornsweet, did an amazing job, is Mr. Terrific. I don't know, maybe I'm biased, but Mr. Terrific was my favorite character. I mean, every time he's on scene, he really just grabs the attention of the audience. He's funny. He has a very dull-witted type of humor. And yeah, I really love that character and his portrayal of said character. And also really like how they're already metahumans in the world. They've been there for 300 years. This is not a spoiler as well. I do love how the world feels lived in already. Everybody, it's not like a new occurrence. And to be really honest, if you guys want a primer for some of this stuff, it would be great if you watch Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos on HBO Max is an amazing little series that Gunn did that is basically still in the Gods and Monsters world of his, as well as watch Peacemaker. Peacemaker is really good too. That's also a part of this world. They're gonna have season 2 coming in August. So yeah, all that stuff kind of ties right in. It also would give you kind of a hint at the tone, at some of the tone of what he's trying to do with the DCU. Like I said, it's not as irreverent and in your face as Peacemaker, but a lot of the emotional beats that both Peacemaker and Creature Commandos possess, they're also in Superman. And aside from how we last saw the Superman iteration on film, there is both heart, there is a sense of vulnerability. I'm not sure we've seen Superman deal with in a long time. I might just watch the original Superman movie this weekend or so, just because I want to give it like a comparison, because I feel like this is the closest representation to that original film. Mind you, I haven't seen Superman the movie in God knows how long, but from what I remember, just Clark's arc in the movie, it was very, very similar, very unsure footing. And I think it's a really good like homage without being like a beat for beat thing. Like that's the part that I really appreciated. There are some little hints and clues in there that'll let you know like, yeah, like Gunn is really respecting what came prior. And that's really that's all I can really say about this without spoiling stuff. So if you haven't watched Superman, which most of you have not, get your ticket this weekend, support it if you want to. Come back here Monday, 7 p.m., DCU and Me podcast. Me and my homie Antonio, we're going to talk about this movie and we're going to spoil it to death. All right. Remember, theuponfurtherreview.com. Check the website. 10 to get you in. All access to everything. Still in the process of doing the Interstellar, the Interstellar, what was it called? Video essay. And we're gonna have way more stuff in there as well. Tony talking about some wrestling stuff. So if we got stuff for y'all. TikTok, IG, of course YouTube. Subscribe here. Facebook if you're nasty. Till the next time.